Hey guys, Brian Hilliard here, author of the best-selling book Networking Like a Pro and creator of the popular program How to Get a Steady Stream of Higher-Paying Coaching Clients Without Being Pushy. Now, as you can see, I actually just popped out here real quick. I was just getting ready to, we did a call already today, and I'm getting ready to do another call in about 15 minutes, but a really good point came up that I kind of wanted to share with you real quick here in terms of getting clients. So here's the question. This is actually not from a gentleman who's working with us yet. We were doing an initial, I called a laser coaching session. And his question was, listen, why is it that what it is that I've done in terms of trying to get clients, why is it that that hasn't worked for me? Like, I've read stuff, it's an intelligent guy. I've read stuff, I've put stuff into practice, I've been doing certain things that, people have been telling me, people who I've paid money for have been telling me, why is it that hasn't been working? Why aren't I getting more clients? And it's a great question. I can't speak for what everyone has done, obviously. I can't speak for what you've done or not done or anything like that. What I can say, though, is that I would reframe the question a little bit because I don't know if it's the right question. So a lot of times when people say, why aren't I getting more clients? I don't think that it's a conversation around getting more clients. I think it's a conversation around attracting more clients to you. All right, you're like, well, isn't it kind of tomato? No, actually, it's not. Getting more clients is a discussion around telling people what you do, telling people as much as you can what you do, and pushing it out there and all these different things, and just hoping for the best. And I'm going to tell you what I do. I'm going to tell you the capabilities I have. I'm going to tell you the certifications I've got, and from there, I'm hoping that I can get clients. Right? And to me, that's kind of like the professional equivalent of going out fishing without the right bait, or even no bait at all. I'm just going to go out into the water. I'm going to throw out my rod. I'm going to, throw out 50 rods. Okay. None of them have any bait on them or don't have the right bait on them. And then I want to know why I'm not getting more fish. Conversely, I want to have a conversation around attracting. All right. And specifically, it's, why aren't I attracting more people to come to me? Now, that's a good question. All right, let's talk about that. I think part of that is, a conversation around your value proposition. Why is it that people should want to work with you in the first place? All right, what is your value proposition? Another answer to that is positioning yourself as a problem solver. I'm big about that. Why is it that people aren't coming to you? What can we do? Position yourself as a problem solver. Talk in terms of a challenge or an issue or a problem that people have. I was just talking with a guy in the health and wellness area, and this was the conversation he was having with me. And I was like, listen, we need to position you as a problem solver. We need to connect the dots between what it is that you're doing and the problem, challenge, or circumstance that your constituency or prospective client is facing. All right, that's the first two. Value proposition, connecting the dots, and being able to get out there. Fine. The other thing, too, is you want to be able to do it in a way that is clear and concise, right? I think a lot of times as coaches, we get into this, and I can be like this, we get into this kind of verbose, over-explaining conversation, and we don't, this is what I was saying, we don't actually say, life coach. We don't actually say, I can help you have less stress. We don't actually say, I can help you be less overwhelmed. We don't actually say, career coach, I can help you get a better job. We don't actually say that I can help you get a promotion. We don't actually say, leadership coach, that I can help you move forward in your career and get you better where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. We talk around it, we talk about it, but we don't actually say what it is that people can expect to get as a result of working with you, all right? And I think that when you talk about, the point I was making inside to the gentleman is, no one is in the business, okay, of walking around this country or their lives with problems. Like, in the United States, I think there's like 300 or 200 million adults, all right? Every one of them has a challenge or a problem or an issue that they're dealing with. Now, they might not all be dealing with those issues in the area that you as a coach can work with them on, but everyone has a challenge, issue, or circumstance that they're dealing with. All right. The question is, how can we as a coach position ourselves as a problem solver and an obvious solution to that problem that they're currently facing? Why? Because no one is in the business of running around with a problem unsolved. There aren't 200 million, 300 million American adults that are like, oh, I have this problem of eating incorrectly or being overweight or not getting enough business or overwhelmed or not being at peace or, dealing with a difficult divorce or not being able to deal with a medical condition or dealing with a medical condition. I'm not running around with those problems and not looking at getting them solved. I might have normalized them. I might have told you personally that I can't afford you, but I'm not in the business of running around with those problems. So what we need to do is we need to have a conversation around attracting people, not getting them, attracting them in a way that they can see us as an obvious solution to a problem that they're solving. How do we do that? By positioning ourselves as a problem solver, by talking about our value proposition, by talking and showing them what we've done, and in a perfect world, walking our walk, or walking our talk, and embodying our service. That's how you do that. All right. So I wanted to kind of just talk with you a little bit real quick about getting versus attracting. Obviously, I'm a man, attraction man versus a getting man. But a lot of people have that consternation, for lack of a better term, and it's frustrating. I'm doing all this work. Why is it not working? Well, that's part one. And maybe there'll be other parts. But that's the easy answer. The short answer to what's going on. As a matter of fact, if you want some more good stuff, swing on by our Facebook group. We've got a group that's called How to Get More Coaching Clients. How to Get Higher Paying Coaching Clients Without Being Pushy. And it's a free group. It's a nice little community that we've got out there. You're going to go to facebook.com, obviously. You're going to log in real quick. You're going to go to groups. You're going to type that in, How to Get Higher Paying Coaching Clients. You are going to see a picture of yours truly, Shazam, pointing right at you, and then you're going to ask to be able to get approved, and if we like you, we let you in. But I'll give you a hint, we like most people unless there's some shenanigans going on. All right, so log in, get yourself plugged into that. That's a great way to stay connected, stay involved, and you can continue to get some good stuff from me. But in the meantime, my name is Brian Hilliard, saying so long, take care, and thanks so much for your time.